Good morning, everybody. We are here for weekend round Pufferfish. Expert. We did a late run last night, and it was pretty rough. 7 got us both front and back 9. And a couple other goose eggs as well. A couple other drop shots. We had some nice stuff happen. Just had some really unlucky stuff happen as well. You know, including some needle lag and things like that. So, hope today goes better. We need a good round for the puffer. It's not going to be easy. I don't know. You know, there's nobody even close to done yet in this bracket. But my other expert bracket, there's already 2 minus 28. So I'm kind of expecting that to be the benchmark. And we shot a minus 19 with our other expert. So we need to have a much better round. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, John. I hope you guys at least all made it to the weekend rounds, the bare minimum. You know, it sucks to tank a weekend round, but at least you made it. You get yourself a weekend banner, you get yourself a chest. You beat out 150 other people, minimum, you know. So if you're 90th, you beat out 160. So you gotta look at the positives. You made the weekend, congratulations. It was definitely a tougher tournament. Tougher than expected, at least. You know, looking at the tournament list at the beginning of the week, when they first announced it, I really thought it was going to be a pretty high-scoring, pretty easy tournament. It didn't turn out that way, so. Thank you, Max, Johnny, Knuckles, Dallas. Appreciate it. Good morning. Welcome in. Thank you, Sandy. Morning, Anna. Do you prefer being called Annabelle or Anna? Or is Anna okay, I should say? Kevin, how's it going? Thank you for the good luck. Good. Shorter is easier on stream. Keeping up with everything. Alright, so we're trying a new ball here. I haven't tried the Origin ball here. Not sure why I haven't tried it. So previously with this account, I've been going roulette ball. Origin is same stats, but 1 less wind resistance. And since we have tail, maybe I can use that to get myself in a better lineup. Since it'll help carry me past the bunker. So that's the thought. That's the goal. That's the plan. Let's hope it works out in our favor. Sorry, just taking a look at a message real quick. It is pertaining to the tournament holes, so let's see what he has to say. All right. We will try that out, Tim. You are here. We need some good things to happen here, guys. Good things. Thank you, Honey Badger. Ian. Morning. For 9, I am a huge believer that Sniper is definitely your best wood. Although I haven't really played Tor 9 since the changes, so I don't know if there's any cause to bring in the Guardian over Sniper. But I would, with my past knowledge, I would say Sniper. Driver, you're going to want top spin and accuracy. So whatever driver is going to give you the best top spin and the best accuracy. You don't need any backspin drivers for Tor 9. So if your APOC is better than your Thor, go with your APOC. Thor is better than APOC and extra mile, go with the Thor. I avoid extra mile as much as possible, but for some people that is going to be the best option. If your Thor and APOC just aren't high enough yet. Long iron, I would probably go Saturn. Saturn or Backbone. Although if your Goliath is at least a level 6, maybe 7, is also a very contending club to use for almost any hole. Awesome, Dallas. Congratulations. Thank you, Troy. That's a good feeling, Dallas. First weekend round in whatever division you're moved up to is always a great feeling. Then eventually you get to the point where you make it all the time, and then you stop making it, and you're like, what the hell did I do? See, this wind is much more sidewind than it's been. We should be able to come like that far. Hope we end up in a decent spot here. Don't come in too far to the right. No, definitely not going to be too far to the right. That's in the bunker. I hope no breakfast. Thing is, the bunker shot from there isn't too much worse than, like, say, where he is, or a little bit further out. So it's really not that bad of a situation. Of course, it's hard to hit your perfects in the bunker. I saw it, Tim. Cross my damn fingers. Winds definitely vary. The wind on this hole was like way more side wind than it's been. I really kind of wish they'd stop doing that, because that does end up giving people advantages. You know, having more favorable winds and such for certain shots than other people are getting. It stinks because I know, I understand the point. You know, they don't want to make it so it's super repeatable, but at the same time, you got to keep it fair. Such copy. Plus 5% extra adjustment, over adjusted and still not enough over. Such poppycock. Should have started with an eagle there. You hit freaking perfect out of the bunker from that close. You should be getting in the hole. Thank you, Bobby. APOC 3 is where it starts becoming what I would consider, truly usable. Depending what it's going up against, what your other clubs look like, but it starts getting respectable there. Thank you, H. Not super excited about starting with a birdie. I think figured it out, Anna. But you never know. I mean, sex changes are a pretty big thing these days. Thank you, Brendan. We need it. Puffer needs a magic horseshoe for this tournament. Oh, he's jacking this. Kind of curious to see how this goes. I am wondering here. Because if you're... Oh, he's power slicing the other way. Okay. I was like, if he's power slicing, it's going to go way to the right. Well, if someone's in Spencer's stream as well, go ahead and tell him I said good luck. Gonna be in the rough. Or in the sand. I mean, it's reachable, so it's not a huge deal, but... And to be very honest, the approach shot with a Goliath there, or even Thorn, is not ideal. I'd say my chances didn't drop that dramatically. And, harder to hit perfect, but the lineup is much harder to be precise here, so a great might be in the hole. So it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing to hit great if we can be in the right direction, get the lineup in a good spot. It's got, I'd say, like 15% chance to drop here anyways. It's a very low opportunity chance. That looks to be about mid. Oh no, that's real darn close to max. All right. Come on, that's something. Well, something like this. No, it's going to be right of the hole by a bunch, but it's all right. Very makeable putt still. I did, Ian. I lost my vapes. I bought 2 of them recently, and I lost both of them. They had disappeared into vortexes of hell. And until I can afford to get a new one, cigarettes are a cheaper option. Only Saturday, it's college football. Well, some people like college more than pro. Unless you're talking non-American football, but it's always hard to tell. You know, I don't know where everybody is from off the top of my head. Come on, Mike. What's going on is we're trying to have a good finish with Puffer for the first time in a good while. You know, I'm okay with that start. Like better, but I'm okay with it. But it is time to kind of turn it on, I think. Yeah, Mike, -3. We on 3. We just started, so par start. Darn close to the eagle on 1. I wouldn't say darn close to the Alba on 2, but I'll take the eagle on 2. It's not a hole I'm expecting an extra stroke. Just want to make sure we get our eagle. Yeah, interesting. I've never seen anybody try the sand bump there. I've never been a big college fan. Not for lack of caring or love of the sport or anything. Just never really got into it, and I feel like it's harder to keep track of, for me, at least. Had to rush that a bit there. Thank you, Bubba. Yes, Mike, I do follow NFL. No, I'm a Bears fan. I grew up in Chicago, so. Bears have a good chance. The Packers are definitely typically like a late season team. They like to go on runs at the end of the season, which is always bad news for the Bears. The Vikings are, they're right on pace with us, so you'll see. It's a tough division. We're all pretty neck and neck, with the exception of Detroit, who's not doing so well this year. I thought they'd be doing better. Yeah, I live in Colorado, but I've only lived out here for, 5 years or so. I'm not surprised. I've been paying attention. They've been doing really good things, and replacing the coach was, I think, the final step they needed to start making progress in the right direction. Yeah, see, now we play the Vikings tomorrow night. So it's a direct, like, whoever wins is going to be in charge of the division for a couple weeks at least, most likely. It's a big game for the Bears this week. Should be good. This hole's been kind of biting me. Yeah, that's fine. Last night, this was one of them. I got a needle jump I watched it jump from perfect over to great after I released. Like, it stopped and then slid. And that caused it to go in the rough, which caused me to go, I had to lay it up right where his target is there for the shot, and then we missed that by a millimeter, so we ended up parring. Last night was a tough night. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky was a great pick. I'm really happy they moved up for him. Because if someone else would have taken him, who knows who we could have ended up with. So 10% power 3 sniper. Going to be at min measurement. That's all I want. Just got to have a chance at this shot because I know how to get it. So if we have a chance... Ooh, that was unlucky. Gotta tell him. See, there's our min. So we're nice and close to our total min here. And I've been just kind of lining it up short to roll in like that. Got a chance. Nope. Yeah, but we're actually... Historically, we've been pretty good against the Saints in playoffs. And the Saints are pretty much all offense. The defense is not great. Yeah, Tampa, I feel bad for Tampa as of late. Always been a team I, at least have a bit of love for. I like the Florida teams. I like all of them. I like Miami, I like Jacksonville, and I like Tampa. Oh, I didn't mean to do it, buddy. I'm sorry. Now we're here. Of course. Completely eyeballed the measurement. Like just did the math in my head. Perfect in the hole. Only made it one other time this whole tournament. Hmm. Let me go with that. Tough call. I think I'm going to keep with the shell. I want that little bit extra wind resistance on the potential dunk. Thank you, Goldie. And we need Big Dog. I will always play something live in the tournaments. I'll try to get in as much as I can, but it often requires to make sure I get up early or stay up late to allow other people to get in windows too. I don't want to be greedy and take up all the time slots. So is he going for this? That was a blind chance. Should be good there. It's a different ball than I've used, so the wind doesn't affect it slightly differently to push it up too far. Right where we want to be. I hear you, Ian. There's definitely our right there. You know, we've only lost by 7 points or less each of the 3 games we've lost. That's against Green Bay to one of them, New England to one of them. Can't remember who the other one is right now. But, you know, not weak opponents by any means. Oh, I hope that's not too great. Of course it is. We stayed on the fairway this time. That's why I hate this stupid big glove, this big dog. The slightest grate, it goes over like 2 rings to the side. But hard to argue with the distance on this shot. Thank you, Chef. That was a good shot from that position. Never been a fan of this par 5. Well, we are definitely not on pace for that 28. Not even on pace for a 26. We need some things to change in the good direction. Let's see if a major ball brings us a little luck here. Thank you, David. Nope, that slowed down way too much. Damn it, this freaking game just doesn't want to love me today. Story of my life. That's tournaments for me. I hit those like 4 times a tournament, every tournament, where I'm just like, I'm dead on, just stop short, or something like that. Where there's other people that get those to drop every single time. Their magic horseshoes up their bums. Those are those people you see with 12 gold experts. Those drop for them every single time. So that's a Tim Olson adjustment right there. I trust it. And it was dead on, just stop short. Oh, now we get to have fun with this hole that's been screwing us royally, but we're trying another change here. Alright, Chef. Be right back, guys, before I start this hole. This is completely unpracticed. So let's hope it works out. I've just got a reference point and club, ball, spin. So thanks, Tim. Sure, you can tell me what I did wrong, but such crap. Like I said, they changed the wind on you just the slightest bit. Reference points don't work, which sucks. I may have not overpowered enough or overpowered too much. I don't know. Try again. All we can do. Slightly different wind here. A little lower. Oh, and that shouldn't even, at least don't be a water hazard there. I can see my ball right at the end there. Let me shoot it. Like, they're so inconsistent with what is their water hazard. Like, there's times you could be 10 feet out into the water and it's fine. And there's times you're barely touching it and it's a water hazard. I don't understand this freaking game. It's so inconsistent. Tell me how it's consistent, Golf Flash. Like, I only tried a new club, new attempt, because the other one I was doing worked 5 times in a row, and then afterwards only worked like 1 out of every 6. Jesus. See, Helios, Tim had told me 1 ring away from the rough. Your white ring on the left side, 1 ring away from the rough. I just moved it an extra ring to the side and it worked fine. So that kind of goes to show you, like, I don't know how Tim's made it with 1 ring over the side, because I've watched the replay a couple times. That's what I'm saying. It's just so, 1 ring, I'm lining up like 2 rings over from the edge of the rough. I'm not lining up right at the edge. So 1 ring shouldn't have clipped the rough on the last ones. It's just kind of, It's not as consistent as they claim, and I don't like that. There's something up with some kind of algorithm in their programming, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Pufferfish. I'm like ready to fucking sell this account. It just drives me crazy that literally was able to hit that shot perfectly, consistently, all of qualifying rounds, and then like all of a sudden you get to the 18-hole rounds and it's like a hit or miss on if I know how to do it. It's just ridiculous because I know how to do it. I know how to count rings, and it's not like you have to hit perfect. You're slicing it, so. It's going to be off to the right just a touch, I think. Chinese touch. Oh, way to the left, which makes 0 sense. Makes no sense. Magically played 25% on that shot. I did do plus 20% Goldie. And normally it is, you know, right next to the cup, if not in. And now magically that time, I even hit perfect on the right side of perfect. So if anything, it should have missed to the right. Also think I actually moved like 9.3, not 9.2. So again, should have been to the right. Ridiculous. Wind is freaking 2 mile an hour less than it has been. Suddenly, like, hey, we don't want you to take this shot. don't take that shot again. It's too unfair for all of our other opponents that don't realize it exists. What the fuck ever. That's why we brought the Spitfire, but not even close. Not even close to what it had been doing all tournament. Like, there's no way that should have gone that far right. We're power slicing left. With lower wind than it's been. So if anything, the higher wind in the past should have pushed it further north than it has been. As I say, this game is rigged. They can tell you it's not. It is. I'm convinced. Bet you Clan Idun does just fine. We'll take that save. That should be eagleable. Well, the way things have been going, we'll see. David, I am not kidding. I don't doubt it. It does not like me. No, I played it consistent at least minus 11 the whole way through. And that's with mess ups in, other places, unusual places. I've been getting them in the holes I thought I had dialed in and down to a good method. Fucking kidding me. Even with the great left, it wasn't enough. Unfucking believable. Pardon my language, guys. This round is already proving. I've almost considered quitting this game lately, and it's just pushing me more and more in that direction. Pretty fucking sad. Yeah, David, there's not really anything to shake off. At this point, we're just trying to finish the round. I could care less now. It would take like a minus 16 back 9 just to place maybe in the top 10. It's not going to happen, so. And I forgot to switch my Spitfire. Of course it wouldn't go in. Again, way over adjusted, not enough. Because that's not min. That's what you guys gotta understand. That's like half of min. So really, like, I was almost triple measuring there. Only my pro, David, which I can really kind of care less about. My two experts that I need to have a good round with. So I've yet to top 3 in expert. And that's been my goal for a good long while. But I always get shafted out of it one way or another. You know, I have tied the first place score in expert, but gotten 8th place. Like, that's the kind of luck I have, so. Ain't nothing gonna help, no breakfast. You can just tell when a round's just screwing you. When with perfect adjustments don't go in, and water hazards happen when you're following Tim Olson's shot, it's just against you. It's just not gonna happen. That was not really unlucky there, guy. Four, I'm not so... I could kind of disagree. 7, I 100% agree. And they gotta stop doing that. It's just not fair. It's not. Because it's seemingly the same people get the lucky breaks every time, too. Which is why I believe when you create an account, they place a random algorithm in your account that determines a luck factor. Who knows if it's true, but it's the most logical thing I could think of to where they can somehow skew the game without really cheating. You know, they're not doing it intentionally. Fucking great. Oh, Masters, yeah. I mean, that's going to be even more so, yes, because further back, higher wins. Can't get one damn drop. Like 6. Which means we need to pretty much drop a shot on every hole left. So, I'm looking I'm guessing I'm running into like 60th, 70th position. If I can finish out at par pace. Not very good. You know, speed matters too. You know, a mile per hour can be huge on a shot. Huge. A good example was hole 9 on my front 9. Only 9.9 wind. I've seen like 10.7 to 11.1 every other time, which helped the ball carry out further. It probably is the reason that thing projected off to the right, is because I hit a different slope in the fairway. Small things like that make huge differences, and they're completely out of your control. And if you plan a shot the whole week one way, and then suddenly you get to the weekend round and they change it on you, you're kind of just at the mercy. So you have the clubs selected, you can't change your clubs. Can't hit a perfect when it counts now. Well, I feel the same. I mean, there's almost always a hole, too, where you're at a disadvantage if you don't have, like, APOC 5, an expert. And I, for whatever reason, have been on APOC. Well, I was on APOC 3 for, like, 7 months, 8 months. 4 has been moving at a decent pace, but I'm still not to 5. I got up to 39 from a tournament, like, 5 tournaments ago. I'm at 42 now. I've gone up 3 cards in, like, 8 weeks or something like that. Same deal. You'd think I'd be dropping them all like crazy now, because I'm like, I could care less what happens. I'm just kind of playing it. Usually when you're carefree, you hit everything. I will say this course in general seems to be one of the toughest for overall consistency. Toughest in a while. Where like the same shot with the same adjustments sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Like going to the pin, we'll say. This is a good example. It's just biting me hard in the butt, James. Very poorly, David. Yes, true, James. I followed Tim's exact spot in everything for QB on 7. And of course it went water twice. And then I moved it over a ring extra and it totally was perfect. Hole 9 as well. Hole 9 I had way less wind than I've been having. Can't even get lucky breaks to help save my score. Yep, David, they've all been playing funky as hell, honestly. All the holes that have a water hazard. Not sure yet, Knuckles. I don't know if anybody else is trying to get on. Hey, I got a free win. Never happens. Like, it's just been freaking bad. 7 was awful, 9 hurt. Can't get any drops anywhere else. So we're 3 strokes below par. We're on pace for a 21. Something like that. Ugly. Yeah, you said it, Honey Badger. thing is, you know, it doesn't do it to everybody, and that's probably what bothers me the most. Because if it was equal, like, distribution of random crazy crap that happens, there wouldn't be people that have 10 gold experts, 4 silver experts, 3 bronze experts out of 20 expert tournaments. Like, it wouldn't happen, because they would be experiencing those same, like, what the hell, that adjustment changed. But instead, their shots work perfect every time, and they get the drops and the hole-in-ones and everything. Consistently, over and over. And I can't get a break on one damn tournament. Gets very frustrating. Oh, honey badger. I'll show you. I will show you. I'm getting to the point where I'm convinced it's just never going to be Puffer's turn. So now, how did that right? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, look at all these expert weekends. And, you know, I've gotten 5th place, 4th place, 5th place. That's 33rd because it's 12th place. Like, I've been up there. I've had good rounds, but even when I have a good round, it's just not enough. And when I have a bracket that I could potentially shoot the good round, bad crap happens. I'd like to say my turn is due, but it just doesn't feel like it's ever going to happen at this point. Story of the tourney right there. So we need ace, eagle, ace, Elba. That's the only way we have a respectable finish here. That's not even, I don't even think that's top 10 finish. That's how bad this is. Still going with the way I did it last time. Nothing to lose. Just another tournament I get to say, maybe next one. Yay! Too bad that wasn't on the front nine. You know what? Honestly, par would have been fine for me in this tournament. Just not having the stupid water hazard hell on 7 and 9 really hurt me a bit. Mostly just because I should have made that end ringer putt or chip. I can deal with the fact that it went wrong other ways because I brought the right club to fix it. Oh, if that didn't go, I was going to be so mad. That's the thing, that's not an extra drop. That's par for where you want to be. Sure, plenty of people are going to birdie these. There's going to be pars and stuff, but James, the only reason that it's crap is I don't have balls, man. I'm not like you where I've been able to buy every freaking special ball pack and stuff. I'm a broke man. I don't make much money. I don't have much money. So getting these Kingmakers and Titans is huge for me. It's huge. And I'm not even going to replace my balls that I use on this one. Let alone build. Be right back, guys. I mean, that's a good example of, I almost guarantee this guy 13,000 games, yeah. Probably sitting with like an A-Pot 6 or something like that, which is certainly going to help those long holes. That too, that's the other reason I need a decent position. I need to frickin' get my APOC 5 back, or get it for the first time. It would just help so much. If it could add 2 strokes to most tournaments, that's huge. It's huge. Thanks, Clint. Little late. Very bad round. Bathroom. Did not point to over there. Please go in the hole. We need you in the hole. Like, you can't really be more on than that. It's just the game doesn't want that ball in the hole today. Wish someone else would take my luck for a week. None of you guys. I don't wish that upon anybody in here. H, were you planning to try and get on when I was done? Minus 23? Well, if I can get away with an eagle here, it's minus 21. I don't feel... Is Scruffy Masters now, or is he still doing Expert? $27. I love how people just, like, magically crank it on the weekend when the weekend's the one that always screws me. I almost always have a better opening than a weekend, which shouldn't happen. Like, logically, that just shouldn't happen. Once in a while, it's going to just have a bad day. Wind, you better be more where I need you to be this time. If the wind's lower, I might go crazy. Alright, that should be high enough. It's off to the left a little more. It was more left to right before. Oh, magically totally fine. Same freaking shot. So it should have happened on the front 9. True, Clint. Bird didn't exactly make me happy either. It's another one where almost every bad hole is not really my fault. Like, I can deal with it when it's my fault. When it's just something like a bad wind direction, changing a whole game plan on the hole or something, you know, and it's subtle. Like, it's just the slightest bit to the right. I don't know that that's going to screw that shot so bad. Sucks, but just at that point. I hope, buddy. I really doubt it, though. Like, that's what we should have been going for. It's such an easy eagle. I'm so mad the front 9 it shafted me on the wind like that. Pissed that 7's gone the way it's gone half of the tournament. Because we played a good round outside of those 2 holes. No drops. That's not my fault. They were on target, a lot of them. Just couldn't get that little bit of luck sliver you need to make it happen. Oh yeah, that guy sucked. You should have seen the guy at 3 this morning, or whatever it was, when I did my hole 18 on Bird. Oh my god. That guy was a joke. Incorrect, James. Incorrect. The Zerker there gives me a chance at Alba. A good chance. Or if I could have fine-tuned that shot just a little bit more. Oh, was that this morning? Okay. My opponent from the front 9 on this round as well. It's not exactly a guy that understood curl. Yeah, I think 2 backspin would have been a better number to put me up a little bit further, so that my Goliath could have been a better shot. Or even 4 backspin to keep me back a little bit further, so my wood would have been the better shot. But it's just still between clubs, and that kind of sucks for that shot. But I'll take the gimme eagle, too. Like, that's fine. Well, considering the crap in the front 9, you gotta be okay with the 21. I really wish a couple would have dropped that we should have had. One of the shots on 1 could have been there. One of the shots on 4. 3 both back and front. 8 both back and front. We could have been there quite a few times. Just not in the cards. Pretty typical for Puffer. I'm willing to bet that's like 40th position, maybe 50th, somewhere in there. At least top 50, definitely better than last tournament, but or should hopefully be top 50. We'll find out, though. People could all do well. There's only a couple people finished, but a couple people finished that are already below me is not a bad sign. Is what it is. I kind of knew going into this tournament, when I saw 7 was in this tournament, I kind of knew there was a good chance this wasn't for me. 7 bites me all the time. But hopefully you guys can at least take away a couple good shots from that. There's some good info here, as much as it didn't go my way. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. H is coming up, so love it if you guys hopped in there. Hopefully I can get in my pro today. I don't know. I don't even 100% know if I'm in the mood to stream it, but we'll see. If mood changes and a slot opens, I'll get on. If I don't, catch you guys next time. Later, guys.